Good morning, guys. Brandon Renee with Brandt's Lawn Care.
Good morning, guys.
Hope you guys are all doing well. Thanks for tuning in for another video today. Today, we're doing another fall cleanup. Today's mission is to get all the leaves up. We're gonna trim these front bushes here, make those look nice.
One bush back here to trim.
Oh, there's one bush back here. Oh yeah, we gotta trim this one too. This one right here. Get that trimmed up. And Renee is gonna pick up most of the leaves with the walker, with the Pink Panther. A lot of leaves have fallen, but there is still some that are hanging on.
This will be the last time that we service this property because our customers sold the house.
Yep, the house is sold. This is going to be our last hoorah at this property unless the new homeowner decides to use us. So it's kind of a bummer, but you know, hey, we're happy for our customers. They've been great to us. They're moving into a retirement community where they won't have to worry about lawn care anymore. And we're happy for them in the long run. So we're gonna do our best on this property here to get it cleaned up and make it look fresh again.
Yeah.
So babe, what do you think the plan should be here? I know I got a couple ideas in my head. Let's see if we're on the same page.
Well, first thing, we're going to trim those bushes there.
Right, I can trim the bushes.
I want to get that done first.
I can trim the bushes while you drive the Panther back here and suck up the heavy.
Yeah.
And then what I think what we'll do is, after you're done sucking up the heavy,
Blow out the corners.
we'll blow out all the beds and the nooks and crannies and get it lined up. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. I'll tell you what, guys, it's not a bad day out. I mean, it's cloudy and overcast, but it's actually pretty warm. Not bad. Lately, when we've been doing the cleanups, it's been very, very cold, and that makes things a lot harder. All right, so Renee warmed up the Panther. She's gonna start attacking the backyard. While she's doing that, I'm gonna get started on these bushes here, get these trimmed up and looking fresh. Big difference on the hedges, all trimmed up, looking good. I gave the bed a light blowout. This is going to be last. We're going to fine tune this last because the wind's blowing. You got a lot of heavy on the ground. If I blow them out now, the leaves are just going to make their way back into the bed. So guys, I got Renee going over the lawn, sucking up the leaves with the walker instead of just blowing them to the truck this time, because we got another cleanup to do after this. I don't want to fill the truck up. So, you know, with the X blades on it, it just makes everything so small. And then when it goes through the loader, it's going to make it even smaller. So I'm hoping to get 2 full properties into this one truckload. Guys, I've started clearing out the nooks and crannies while Renee's sucking up all the piles of leaves. I'm going to leave this pile right here. This is all from the side of the house. I want to have control over these leaves. If I blow them over here right now, they might be tempted to blow into the neighbor's yard. We don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for Renee to suck up the heavy, and then we'll both double up with the blowers and blow everything to the curbside, and we'll suck up this pile with the leaf loader. Everything's going good out here. Things are starting to take shape. Looking really nice. The Panther's doing a great job. Quite a bit of leaves back here. Leaves can be very deceiving. You don't know how bad they are until you really start blowing them. And all of a sudden you got a big pile and you're like, oh boy. So guys, Renee's in the backyard just wrapping that up. We're gonna start making our way to the front yard. We got a little bit of a pile going here, so I'm gonna fire up the loader, get this taken care of so she can start running over the front yard here. So we're in the backyard again. I told Renee, start combing over it now to give it the final passes to get it super clean. That's what she's doing now. I blew out all the beds. As you can see, I still got a little more to blow over here. All the heavy's gone, which is great. That's what we want. I always do the heavy first, get all the heavy out, and then you can do the finessing at the end. That's just the way we do it. And of course, section by section. Well, Renee went over it again with the walker, cleaned it all up. There's still a couple leaves that keep falling, but to fine tune this even more than what it is, I'm gonna go over it this way with the stander, and that'll get every little thing off this lawn. The stander just has so much more blade tip speed, I think, than the walker, and it's able to pull up all the fine stuff. This looks nice, but we're gonna go over it with the stander this way, give it some swag.
All right guys, that's a wrap on this one. Brandon did a nice job trimming up these bushes here. Brandon and I are really gonna miss servicing this property, but hopefully the new owners will use our services. The owner of the home now just came out and told me that she's gonna be leaving our information with the new owners. The new homeowners, they never owned a home before, and they are looking for services, so hopefully they'll give us a call. Brandon's just doing the final blow down on this property, and actually when we pulled the truck forward there was some debris underneath the trailer, so instead of blowing this and get it all back in the property again, we're trying to back up the truck and suck this up. I just have a landscape barrel here. I'm just gonna shovel this little pile right into this landscape barrel and get rid of it, and then we'll be on to the next one. This property's on a dead-end road, so we usually have to back up into the driveway here and loop around.
second day. We ended up finishing the last cleanup that we were on. We just got it done. It's starting to get dark out now. We didn't do any filming on that one just because we wanted to hustle and get it done. But on the first property we did, man, it was kind of tough. The leaves were very, very wet, and the grass was pretty tall. It was overdue for a mow, for sure. I think they just recently put fertilizer down on. That's why it grew like that.
Yeah, maybe. It looks like he put down some grass seed too.
Yeah, you might have put some grass seed down too.
Because I could see all new grass grew in on the edge.
Yeah, so the grass was a little tall. We had a heavy rain last night, so everything was still wet, and that was problematic for the walker because it kept clogging. Even with the X blades on there, it just kept clogging. So, I mean, it is what it is. It took us a little extra time to get the job done, but at least we got it done right, and the customer was very happy. She came out and thanked us for all of our hard work that we've given up for the past couple seasons. Like I said earlier in the video, they sold their house and they're moving to a retirement community now. So kudos to them, congratulations to them. They've been great people. We're gonna miss them dearly, but they said that they passed our information on to the new owners.
I told the viewers this in the beginning.
Oh, you did?
Well,
Okay.
recently I did a walk around the final walkthrough.
Yeah. Hopefully they call us and use us because we like servicing that property.
Yeah, it's a new homeowners. They've never owned a home before, so.
Nice. Yeah, so maybe they will hire us. You never know.
Yeah.
But
well, we know the property inside and out, so.
yeah. We also had a problem with the wind. It got really windy out today, and what was happening was the neighbors' leaves were blowing into our yard that we had just cleaned up. So what we ended up doing was about 5 feet on each side of the property boundary, we blew their leaves into the yard and sucked them up just so they'd stop blowing into our finished product. They did do a fall cleanup, both properties that were on the side of the house. They did do a fall cleanup, but that property itself is just surrounded by a lot of trees and there's still leaves falling. So the yards were pretty coated again with leaves, and they were just blowing all over the place. So we did the best we could do. I'm very happy with it. Came out good. You did a nice job.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, you did the final pass there with the stander at the end. For some reason, I mean, let us know in the comments down below for all you walker mower owners out there. I still find that I can't get with a fall cleanup the property super, super clean. We always have to get it really clean. We have to go around for our final pass with the right stander. Yeah. I just feel like we're not getting the suction.
Well, I think you're getting the suction. It's just, what I think's going on is...
No, we're getting the suction, but not in comparison to the stander. The vacuum is like more powerful in the stander for some reason to get those final little chips of leaves and stuff, the debris, the final debris. It's not super clean after we use the walker.
Yeah, well, on the stander we're using super high lift blades. They got really tall foils on them, creating a lot of lift. Walker uses a medium to low lift blade. But what I also think is going on is that the blade tip speed on the stander is significantly more than the walker. Because even when you turn the blades on the walker, I mean, you can hear them spinning fast. But when you turn the blades on the stander, it's much, much faster. So I think blade tip speed and lift has a lot to do with getting the lawn super clean. But Renee, you are right. The walker does, it's great for getting the heavy leaves out, but it struggles trying to pick up the little stuff.
To give that super clean final result that we like to leave. So anyways, let us know in the comments down below, are you guys having that same issue? Not that it's an issue, but we like to leave our properties super clean at the end with no debris.
Right.
And it's not not any debris like on the surface. It's more like down at the root of the lawn, like right there at the soil. So leave us a comment down below and let us know if you guys are having this issue with your walkers as well, or I'm wondering if it's something that we're just having with ours and maybe we need to look into it.
So right off the bat, I know some of you are going to ask, what cut height are you at? Because, you know, the lower you put the cut height, the more suction the deck's going to have and the vacuum's going to have, right?
That's kind of what I was thinking, because I told you the other day, I said, you're going to drop this down, because we're at 3 inches, and I do feel like we do get a cleaner cut now for the final mow at like 2.5. I have found that. Right.
I mean, I just don't like to go any lower than 3 inches, really, because, you know, that's when you're really susceptible to hitting something with the walker and wiping out shear pins and breaking blades and stuff like that. I've noticed that 3 inches, you still are, you know, susceptible to hitting stuff, but you're able, I feel like there's a little more forgiveness there. But guys, what we're doing right now is the deck's set at 3 inches. I haven't changed the deck height. We're using stock walker blades, but we are using the X blade setup. I'm not sure if that's hurting the suction at all, but we have a 10-inch blower. Everything is adjusted accordingly. RPMs are set correctly on the engine at 3750, no load, because I know you guys are going to ask me some of these questions. I've double checked everything on the machine as far as that goes. I just want to know, me and Renee want to know, are you guys having problems as well getting the lawn spotless with the walker? I know I can't be the only one, you know, and I have noticed that sometimes miscellaneous debris, like leaves that have been cut already, are flying out the vent on the back of the hopper. Okay, and I don't know what that's about, but I know it has to breathe, but we're using a small hole screen. We're not using a large. So is that normal for you guys? Please do us a favor, drop it in the comments, all you walker guys. I know we got a lot of walker fans that follow us. Let us know what you're doing to alleviate that problem.
Now, we are set at 3 inches. When you say 3 inches, we have the spacers. You set at 3 inches with the spacers, or are we at 3.5?
Oh, you're talking about the rubber deck kit to stop it from clanging?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's set at 3 inches. It's actually, the deck itself is set at 2.5.
Because then we have the 1/2 inch with those. Okay, that's...
You get that cut height changes when you run those black rubber grommets to stop the deck from banging away when you're mowing. It raises it by a 1/2 inch. So what I do is, I just take a mental note. You know, I set the deck at 2.5, knowing that it's actually 3, because the spacers are 1/2 inch. They're 1/2 inch rubber spacers. So, good point. But yeah, I was just double checking. Yeah, I've already accommodated for that. But yeah, it's a good point. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch. We really appreciate all of you guys. Keep the comments coming. Thank you so much for everything, and we'll see you on the next video.
See you later, guys. Bye.